Okay, I got a story to tell about a current situation I'm in. For months on end now, I've been having a build-up of rubbish. I can't get rid of, basically. Like I'm actually putting spare bin bags, like into the recycle for the moment. Until I can put the recycling bin out. With the recycling, so it's all kind of accumulating in my flat. I have a lot of cardboard and stuff, and they've kind of put restrictions with like having like a bin for a two-person household, and it's just overspilling. Um, Basically, I've been putting my rubbish around the neighbourhood bins, so I'm not like putting them on the floor or like in the back of woods or whatever, to try and do it legally. But I mean, I'm like literally taking 2 bags of rubbish out a day, and it's just on a constant. Like it's kind of unworkable, the system, of just having like one bin, especially if you're getting rid of like wallpaper. That these things can accumulate, cutting up a little bit of carpet, or, like packaging off TVs or things like that. It just goes on for weeks and weeks and weeks. So as I say, I'm starting to put them in like the sort of street bins, my rubbish and recycling. And what's, the kind of stupid thing is like I'm noticing other people are doing it as well, so it's not just me. Other people are leaving, like bags of rubbish by the bin. I actually put it inside the bin and rip up cardboard. But it's obviously becoming a bit of a problem now, like they have restrictions on each household, and, like almost like they're dictating how much rubbish that you get rid of. And I just thought, just was amused at myself, like because of all this environmental rubbish run by firms within firms, I think Freemasonry again is at the bottom of it, like to kind of cover up their own sins, like they make us have unreasonable problems, like getting rid of the rubbish. As I say, like they put these restrictions in place, like that so much rubbish should be done by each household, like, or, got rid of by each household and put that restriction in place. And then, like, it just, like, overruns and it kind of falls back to them, like, because, like, there's, like, we're encouraged to buy stuff, like, and everything comes in packaging. And like we're not encouraged to grow our own products, or like everything's restricted with this beast system. Freemasons again, I think, infiltrating everything, making everything unworkable, whilst like a lot of them are stealing stuff, like using sorcery to do it, like, but they place the big restrictions on the poor, and God is a good defender of the poor, and this demonstrates it, that they shoot themselves up the ass, eventually, because like all this rubbish is probably gonna like go off, blow around the area and stuff like that, and they've got to kind of tidy up after that, like if like they put stupid restrictions in place, and like like have like excess food packaging, like they really should. It just shows you this beast system, and like the people that implement it are full of rubbish, really. To coin a phrase, like they cause the rubbish, like, and then they put it on the poor, and then like it kind of casts off back onto them in the end, because they've got the problem at the end of the day. And I think this is the way God works. There's something I wanted to mention, but it's got blocked again. Yeah, like they have these stupid rules in place that make them look angels, like they can make more money out of it. But it shows them who they are really in the end. These environmentalists, that, there's some good things from it, but, if it becomes unworkable, shoot the thing, like in the foot in the first place. Don't make the rubbish, Make us, get rid of carrier bags, and, just get rid of the problem altogether, make us carry bags, like of our own, hessian bags. In my childhood, they used to have like potatoes that they'd actually weigh them and put them into your own bag. Like, so, like they've got to take responsibility from the core root. But, like, it's pretty bloody awful the way, you know, I have to like rip things up and go around the neighbourhood with my dog. I mean, I think I went out like 4 times yesterday, you know, getting rid of like excess cardboard and stuff like that. And as I say, other people are starting to do it now. So I just thought I'd leave it there. So I call this one "Shoot Yourself Up the Arse."